Greetings, friends, and welcome back to Great Adventure. I'm your host, Mark Guido, and this week we're visiting the Amish Country of northeastern Indiana, which, not coincidentally, is also the heart of America's RV industry. We'll explore the local Amish food and culture, along with the agrarian beauty of the farmland here, and even pay a visit to the RV Hall of Fame and Museum in Elkhart. So stay tuned. Our week in northeastern Indiana is centered on the town of Shipshewana. Population, presently less than 700. Named for a local Potawatomi Indian chief, Shipshewana was first established by European settlers in 1889. Shipshewana is part of LaGrange County, which along with neighboring Elkhart County promotes the area as northern Indiana Amish Country. The first Amish settlers came to northeastern Indiana from Pennsylvania in 1844. The Amish, formerly the Old Order Amish, are a group of traditionalist Anabaptist Christian church fellowships with Swiss German and Alsatian origins. The Amish are known for simple living, plain dress, Christian pacifism, and slowness to adopt many conveniences of modern technology, with a view neither to interrupt family time nor replace face-to-face conversations whenever possible, and a view to maintain self-sufficiency. The Amish value rural life, manual labor, humility, and submission to God's will, all under the auspices of living what they interpret to be God's Word. Community is central to the Amish way of life. Working hard is considered godly, and some technological advancements have been considered undesirable because they reduce the need for hard work. It's been explained to us that each Amish congregation sets their own rules, and unlike some other Amish communities, here in northeastern Indiana, some Amish use equipment like rototillers, power lawnmowers, propane gas, pneumatic tools, and motorized washing machines. Business owners here are typically allowed to use cell phones and email at work. Generally, though, modern technology beyond work purposes is prohibited. And no matter how progressive the community, operating a motor vehicle, even for work, is out of the question. Horse-drawn buggies and bicycles are the primary means of Amish transportation. Amish cuisine is noted for its simplicity and traditional qualities. Food plays an important part in Amish social life, and many Amish foods are sold at markets, including pies, preserves, bread mixes, pickled produce, desserts, and canned goods. The Amish have a well-deserved reputation for craftsmanship, and perhaps for that reason, 80% of the entire American RV industry is based in LaGrange County and adjacent Elkhart County, Indiana. Milo Miller started the first RV manufacturer in Elkhart County in 1933. Miller's company quickly started to attract more suppliers and manufacturers to the region. By 1948, Elkhart County had already been dubbed the RV capital of the world, and continued to supply America's post-war demand for recreational vehicles. It's now estimated that 53% of the Amish in the Elkhart-LaGrange settlement work in the RV industry. Year-round, Amish men go to work at 4 to 5 a.m., riding into town in a bike or buggy, and working until they complete their day's quota. The faster they work, the sooner they go home to their more traditional way of life. We've started our week in Shipshewana by mooch-docking at the home of a wonderful Amish family, sitting down to break bread together at a delicious dinner they prepared for us, and even enjoying an Amish buggy ride afterwards. The remainder of our week here has been spent at the Shipshewana RV Park and Service Center, a sprawling 165-site campground right near the town center. All sites are full hookup with 20, 30, 50 amp electrical service and cost $41 to $45 per night. A 20,000 square foot RV service center is located on site for all of your repair needs. You may have been wondering about those parallel gravel roads adjacent to the RV park. They're the parking area for the Shipshewana Trading Place, auction and flea market. That's only open 2 days per week, making this parking area the perfect spot for Zoe to enjoy some off-leash exercise. The auction and flea market is open only on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, plus select holidays throughout the season. With hundreds of vendors, it's the largest outdoor flea market in the Midwest, and a worthy distraction while camping next door. Aside from the RV industry based here, the local economy is based mainly on agriculture and small shops. But tourism also plays a big role, especially in Shipshewana. Among nearby towns, Middlebury is a charming community of roughly 3,500, surrounded by rolling green hills that reminded its first settlers of the town of the same name in the Champlain Valley of Vermont. In nearby Noble County, the town of Albion was laid out in 1846. The Albion Courthouse Square Historic District and Noble County Courthouse are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Outside of Albion, Chain of Lake State Park was established in 1960. As the name suggests, it's a park for boaters with 9 connecting lakes and 11 lakes total. These lakes are kettle lakes formed by receding ice sheets of the last ice age, which also made the steeply rolling hills and bogs of the park. The park is popular with kayakers and canoeists, especially as powerboats on the lakes are restricted to electric motors only. An official 9-lake paddle challenge will take boaters for 5 miles across the park via the 9 connected kettle lakes. There are also more than 10 miles of hiking trails within the park. Within the park, Stanley School is an historic one-room school building built in 1915. The building operated as a school until 1954 and housed a nature center until 2013, when it was restored to a one-room schoolhouse and added to the National Register of Historic Places. There's also a large campground with electrical hookups within Chain of Lakes. However, the sites were far more cramped than we're accustomed to finding in a state park campground, especially when it's full for this Labor Day weekend. We were much happier at the Shipshewana RV Park than we would have been here. As the center of the RV industry in America, it should come as no surprise to find the RV Hall of Fame and Museum located in Elkhart. Let's take a tour together. This mock-up of a typical RV manufacturing plant mimics that which we observed last week on our tour of KZRV's Durango fifth wheel plant. If you'd like to see how an RV is manufactured from start to finish, click on the link now on your screen to view last week's episode. So we truly hope that you've enjoyed visiting the Amish country of northern Indiana with us. It's got a cloudy day here, getting ready to rain, so we're going to get packed up and head off to Hocking Hills in central Ohio. So if you're not yet a Grand Adventurer, this is the time. Go smash that little red subscribe button. It's the one right down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a Grand Adventure that we air every Wednesday evening. We'd be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. But understand, it is extremely important to us that if you like this video, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up down below. And while you're down below, you're going to find the comments section, and we'd love to hear from you after each Grand Adventure. So coming up next week from Hocking Hills, Ohio, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.